Hello everyone, and welcome to Torpedo League Regional. We're here for round 4 in Great Britain at the legendary Silverstone. I'm joined today by my co-commentator, Jake.
Hello. I've run out of things to say, but it's already been a very interesting qualifying session after just 4 minutes. As though it goes, has a 5-place grid penalty, and the cars have been racing despite being on qualifying laps, so it's interesting.
Well, let's start this off early in the session this time. Who are you backing for pole?
Well, Yuri's proven himself to be very dominant in the 2 qualifying sessions he's been in so far. He did get damage, because he was involved in all the racing and stuff, but I'm going to say Yuri for pole.
Alright. I actually am going to back, Don Hoxa. That's not who I meant to say, but I'll back him anyways, because he's very quick.
Because he was the only car that wasn't out on track straight away, so he's got a bit of clear air and he's on a flyer now, but he invalidated his lap.
Yep.
One thing that's for sure is it's going to be a close qualifying, because yesterday in Q1 of Torpedo League F1 there was just 4 tenths separating 1st and 16th.
Wow.
That's really this race.
Yeah, I don't really remember about F2, I just remember that I qualified poorly. But yeah, I do have a vague memory of that being a very interesting qualifying session for many people, though. So hopefully this follows that. So El Poder currently with a 149.4. Don Hoxa goes first with a 129.8. I'm assuming El Poder spun on his lap then, because that's a good 20 seconds slower. And then Andy First goes 129.9.
I haven't done any laps, so I don't know where we should expect pole to be.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Hox is a quick guy, so not a bad lap. Julian invalidates his next lap as well. 10 cars, but as we saw last week, you don't need many cars.
Oh, Yuri spins.
Yeah, whoa.
And again, let's see, just there we go. He got it going forwards now. Oh, nope. Ooh, is he just doing donuts, or is he genuinely struggling for traction?
That last one looked like a donut. Yeah. That's definitely a donut. Is he trying
he's
to get
just doing donuts.
No, he's either being, I'm not sure what words I'm allowed to use here, being irritable, or is so confident he's going to get pole.
Well, he's been a bit... He has seemed a bit impatient today.
He has.
Which leads me into my next point. I do apologize for the lobby being 15 minutes late. And so it goes, retires from the session.
Or was that in the pit?
I think he's in the pits.
But,
yeah, as I was saying, I do apologize sincerely for the issues. It's just down to the fact that there was some confusion with who was setting up the lobby. And, yeah, there was just some arguments among drivers over this stuff. As Yuri invalidates his outlap. And let's watch Curse and Pit.
Done only 3 times so far. Norwegian boy didn't qualify well last week, but won the race, his 2nd win of the season. Reserved in F2 last week, or this week even.
Yeah, that was this week. Just 2 days ago. Bit of a... quite a
Yuri.
Interesting weekend for him, but we won't delve into that.
Just because I like Yuri, apart from before, I'm going to say he used the donuts to try and warm up the tyres. As now he goes on to his first proper lap. Once I know all the corner names, so this should be good.
Oh yeah, I know most of them as well. I just sometimes forget them momentarily.
As Yuri goes through the loop now, you might want to go on board with this.
Okay.
Through entry, we'll see where he comes out of the first sector. Still just 10
the end of Curse and Pit's lap, though.
Really, a lap.
Curse and Pit goes
Yuri
purple sector 2.
Yeah, I'll keep with Yuri. Through Luffield.
Curse and Pit. Right, that's what that corner is called, Luffield. Not
And
where
then through
not where Carson Pitt's going through. He's going through the Vale chicane right now.
product out of the way just about. Is Cops flattening these cars a little? Confidence lift from Yuri.
Carson
Pitt
Pitts takes
only
P3. 132.3, good few seconds off of Andy Forrest.
Oh, is Yuri invalidates.
I'm
Unlucky.
going to
The
leave
exit
this
of Chapel
on
Easy
Will
to
J
invalidate
for a
exit.
moment while I go get something. Be back in a second.
Yeah. I hope my mic isn't too quiet or anything like it was last week, Will J. I don't know if that's Woodcote or Woodgate, but I'm gonna go Woodcote. Cops, does he take it flat? He actually brakes and then gets strapped up in the toll. I don't think that's an efficient line as Yuri was taking now through to some of the best corners on the calendar. That's Maggots into Beckett's, holds it in 7th, down to 6th. And then through Chapel, easy to invalidate there. Doesn't use the grass, didn't look optimised, but he was neat enough. So 5.3, so about 4 seconds off the pace of that front cars, which is round about where the pole sitter is. Looks like he's using automatic gears through Stowe and towards, I believe this is the Vale chicane, into 2nd. Does use the red curb and then on the power as early as he can be across the line for a 130.4, about 6/10 off pole at the moment. And now Adrian leaves me probably to the commentate on his in lap or find someone else who you can't see how far it is on a lap, 13 seconds left on his delta.
I am back.
Hello.
So I see Will J went 3rd with a 130.4.
He did. 6/10s might not seem a lot, especially at a track that's 1 minute 30 seconds long, but there's not that many corners at this track and most of them don't require much braking. As I'll put it, purple through the middle sector.
18 seconds up on his lap time. But he needs to be 20 seconds up to take pole.
He used his first gear, interestingly, for Vale. I think it's Vale. I hope it's Vale or else I look like a...
Possibly it's Vale chicane, but yeah, as he takes provisional pole, 129.5, that's
That
a
might
very
be
good
club.
lap.
I think that is club. I'm sorry, Jackson, if you're watching, because he lives about 3 minutes away from Silverstone. Yuri still in the pits then. That looks a decent lap from Alpoda so far. Definitely a victory contender, but he hasn't managed to stand on the top step as of yet this season.
Close in Zandvoort, but a bit of contact with the Norwegian boy took that away from him.
With 2 second places so far, Yuri's the one who will be desperate for a win.
Julian nearly got it, in fact, the win.
He did, so many people nearly did in that Zandvoort Grand Prix. Only 6 cars finished the race, but produced some very exciting racing indeed. Julian, he just finished the lap? No, he hasn't. Oh, as Andy Forrest goes second, that's what I saw. Only 10th off pole.
Yeah.
There's a yellow flag in sector 2.
Hotza.
Yeah. I don't think that looked on purpose, but... Even on medium traction control, which it looks like a lot of these cars are running, very easy to spin. And with preset setup, I think this is still, you're only allowed to use preset setup in this.
Yep, this is preset only.
Yeah. Now I was finding in my practice for the F1 races at Silverstone, I tried generally about 6 or 7 setups and I could not control the rear end on any of them until the very last one I used, which was beautiful and stiff, and I was able to get a decent finish in the race because of that. And I think that whoever can feel most at one with their setup in this race will really benefit from that, and that might help the controller players in this. I'm not sure who is on wheel. I know Andy Forrest is. Yuri, very quick, so he might be.
Yeah, oh, there's a stationary car up here. That's Will J.
Yeah,
as the Norwegian boy invalidates.
Yeah, very easy to invalidate your lap here, but...
Yep.
Incredibly, penalties aren't that common, it seems, in the race, and they certainly weren't yesterday. But I'm going to stop talking about Torpedo League F1 because we're in Torpedo League Regional.
Yep.
Yuri really needs to get a lap in here. It's about a 90-second lap. You think, as slow as he's going, it's probably over 2 minutes for an out lap. So if he's taking this long, he really might only have one shot at this, and he's invalidated a lot so far. NOG has us on the left.
He's right in the way of Don Hoxa, who actually cuts Cops, I think it's called, a little bit, and invalidates. Or is that Stowe?
Which one?
So it's the one before Maggots and Beckett's.
That's Cops.
Okay, I thought so. Stowe's the one that's after.
Yeah. Both brilliant corners.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I think I know just about all the corners.
Yeah.
I've managed to forget the first one's name. I do know it though.
Abbey?
Yes,
Abbey.
Abbey.
Then Farm. Then
Village. I think so.
Loop. Entry. Brooklands, Luffield, Woodcote, Cops, Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, Stowe, and then Vale or Club in some order. I can't quite remember.
Vale, Chicane, then Club.
Vale, Chicane, then Club. There we go. The Norwegian boy goes quickest.
Wow. 420, nice.
Left from him.
129, 420. Nice.
Yuri isn't quickest through the first sector as well. He's on a lap. This could be a crucial lap because he might not get another one in this session. Next, an interesting line through Luffield, very tight.
Who was that just went up the order? I think NLG has it, just went 6th.
Yeah, he did. Hugs the inside through Woodcote. Through Cops, very small lift, but that was very, very optimised through there, and now Max and Beckett, the easiest part of the lap to invalidate. Tight.
Beckett's... Oh, invalidates.
Again.
Through
That is
Chapel.
not the first time you've seen a lap being thrown away because of invalidating through those quick corners.
Yeah.
Very sensitive handling these cars, so it's even more easy to invalidate, and he's struggling at the minute.
They kind of need to be sensitive though, so that you can quickly correct oversteer. As they are very low traction.
Yeah, they do look a great
So
deal.
there is not a single person in the pits at the moment, except Dan So It Goes, who's out. Yori will surely be starting another lap, though.
Yep. So, who would you say are the pole contenders here? Norwegian boy Alpoda, potentially Andy Forrest and Don Hoxer, and then Yuri? All 5 of those?
Yeah.
And maybe other people can as well, just to
I
look
think
like
so.
on fifth.
Yeah, I mean, initially,
Norwegian
of
boys
course,
will
we
get
said Yori and Don
yeah,
Hoxa, but neither of them are in fantastic positions. Of course, Don Hoxa in 4th, not bad.
Yeah,
But-
4th. And that lap, Norwegian boy's not going to get another lap in from there. So, a 1:29.4, not a bad lap. The best he can do.
So to the person commenting, yes, we do know Skills Virus. He drove in F1 a bit, I think, at one point.
He rushes me in soft tires F1. He's a nice guy. But he did take me out last week. Not his fault, but you know.
He's a nice guy, but he took me out last week.
Yeah. Jury doesn't invalidate and is purple to the middle sector.
Yeah.
That is beautifully done through Maggers and Beckett's. That's the last part. I think he's going to be the first front runner to complete his lap. Just need to not invalidate now. Still using all the track and he invalidates through start.
Yeah.
And Yuri's out of qualifying. He's 9th at best.
I highly doubt he'll have enough fuel. Well,
Yeah,
actually, he might have enough fuel for another lap.
Yeah, I think he's going for it, and the fuel marker board hasn't come up, so he must do. But that is probably the 5th or 6th lap he's invalidated this session. Alpoda, he might still have another chance. He is improving. He will go top if he can carry the improvement through the final sector. Andy Forrest is a long way off the delta, and he isn't going to improve on that 3rd position. NLG Hatstruck to 4th. Don Hox is improving also. Who do you want to go on board with, then I'll stick on with some names.
I'm on board with El Poder. I'll switch to, how about, Don Hoxa in a moment. Yep, El Poder goes pole. Provisional pole.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm on
I think
board
Don
with
Hoxer, and then I'll do Yuri, who's still going, has got the fuel symbol up, so this is all or nothing for him. Is he going to keep it flat? Completely flat through Cops. That is brilliant
Don
driving.
Hoxa just went purple through sector 2.
Yeah,
He's 4 tenths up on his lap. So the Norwegian boy is 2nd at best, NLG has a 4th at best.
Yuri is purple, but a tenth down on what he managed to do before he invalidated last time.
Don Hoxa comes around the final corner, goes P3 with a 129.5.
Yuri doesn't invalidate as he enters the final corner, and is he going to snatch pull away at the very last opportunity? Comes across the line for
He
a 1
does.
minute 28.4.
Whoa!
Taking it by 9/10 of a second. El Poda is improving, but a mere half a tenth seems little and pointless. That is an absolutely wonderful lap from Yuri, who's invalidated all session and then pulls it out at the end. El Poda is actually improving by 4/10 though, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough from El Poder, but he'll certainly try.
Yeah. Even to just prove he can get within the 28s is a good pace from him.
Yeah.
Across the line.
29.10. By no means a bad lap from him. Very good lap indeed, but Yori just... Wow. That was fantastic from Yori. And also, the guy who asked if we knew Skills Virus said, sorry if I did, mate, so I think he is Skills Virus.
Oh. It's alright. I think it's your scene.
Anyways, would you like to run through the grid order?
Sure, I will do. Yuri, no surprise there, is on pole with a brilliant lap time. El Poder is second. Norwegian Boy, a strong third the last time. Outwinner Don Hoxer is fourth. Andy Forrest, consistent in fifth. And this NLG has a... Wilger has a 5-place grid penalty. So Julian will be promoted to seventh. Kirsten Pitt also with a 5-place grid penalty. So he starts ninth, and so it goes. Also has a 5-place grid penalty, but he didn't set a time, so he will start last.
Yeah, it's not actually showing Ansoko's time penalty, but I'd imagine it's just because he didn't set a lap time.
I saw it on the bottom of the screen, so... I mean, maybe.
But if he starts 8th, we know why.
Yeah. Who's your bet for the win then? Because of course we saw Yuri was a lot quicker in Zandvoort last week, but he finished a lap down.
Sorry, I just smacked my head on something. Ow. Yeah, I think I'd honestly back El Poder for the win this week. He had fantastic pace last week, very nearly had the win, but was taken away from him in contact with the Norwegian boy who won last week. I certainly wouldn't count him out, although I would probably say El Poder over him.
I'm going to say Yuri because he deserves a win with that supreme pace. It'll be a simple one-stop, but using the tyres can be very important. The undercut here, if you make it work, can be useful. I won't bring Torpedo League F1 up anymore other than this, but yesterday I undercut 3 cars in front of me, which actually went me very well with it. Just pitting 1 lap early, which worked.
I think that both the undercut and the overcut can work well here, because I saw people doing both in Torpedo League F2.
Yes, Smilet's Kyle also overcut 3 cars. It'll be interesting to see penalties in this race because it is easy to corner cut, as we saw, especially with these cars in qualifying. But 1 penalty cost me 3 positions yesterday, which I still haven't gotten over. So, who knows?
Yeah. Well, the Norwegian boy got 2 penalties on Friday in the feature race. As Yori, that's a big pile up.
Big crash. Someone cut the corner there. I don't know
Yori was going down the old pit lane and then swung back across the track. Hasn't been disqualified from the formation lap yet, though, somehow.
Well, they're all
that's carnage.
It is. Oh, finally people get disqualified.
What the hell is going on
we
here?
We don't see that on the actual start.
Make for an interesting race, but we don't want carnage. Not like that, at least.
I mean, as they are such nimble cars, it's very easy to make contact as Yuri takes out Norwegian boy. I really don't know. Let's hope the race is clean.
Yuri and Don Hoxa seem to think it's enjoyable to crash into each other.
Yeah,
because I saw in the banter chat that Don Hoxa was playing, I believe, ranked, and he ran into a guy a few times. named NSX Yori or something, thinking that it was
Yuri, yeah.
yeah, thinking it was Yori. I don't
NNT
think that Yori was very
good driver.
happy because that was a different Yori. Wow, Benotto is calling everybody. Doesn't mean that a dead joke, but still debatably funny.
Yeah, well, let's hope they can keep this a little bit cleaner on the actual start. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, we have 5 red lights, and the lights are out, and we are not yet underway. Okay. Lights are out, and we are underway here in Great Britain. Decent start for Yori. Norwegian boy up into second.
Horrible
Gonna
start. The
challenge
guy
for
was second.
first.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, there's a
people
lot of cars
very
running
wide.
wide.
Someone's off in the... That's Julian in the gravel pit
Julian,
facing the wrong
yeah,
way.
he was a long way wide.
Ooh,
Actually,
some people
relatively
still
tidy
wide
so
back,
far.
further back. Has already has a penalty. Did he jump the start? No, he has
must
3
have done.
seconds already.
Yeah, maybe he went wide and gained some time. Look at this, they're going to be like 5 wide into Luffield. Will J and Alpoda going side by side. Alpoda went absolutely nowhere off the line. He initially looked like he dropped back, literally to the back.
Andy Forrest is struggling for traction. Bit of contact between LG Hazza and so it goes.
Norwegian boy right behind Yuri for the lead of the race, and he's actually going to try and go round the outside.
Oh, round the outside, bit of contact, both of them wide.
Yuri's off.
Don Hawks is
And
into
the
the
lead
lead.
of the race goes Don Hawks at
Yeah,
Yuri
he's
now.
both side by side with Yuri, but Yuri does fall behind a little bit. Will J, 3 seconds.
Multiple warnings already.
That's El Poder cutting Chapel.
And Don Hawks are up through first lead. Is Yuri going to try and have a go at him? Into stop.
Oh, he is. Thinks better of it.
Don Hawks did well there. He left a lot of space.
Norwegian boy is going to look down the inside maybe? Thinks not.
Oh, Will J and Alpoda going side by side as well.
Julian spins back at Chapel.
Oh, that's a great switchback by Will J. Now 3 club. They're going to go side by side.
Side by
side. A little bit of contact, but get away with it. Andy Forrest really make his way back up.
Side by side through Abbey though. Ooh. El Poder and Will J. Very close together there.
As we've seen before, it is very difficult to cleanly pass in these cars. As Yuri sends it up the inside into the loop. That is not a move that is recommended.
Though,
it hasn't worked.
Norwegian boy's got slipstream.
He does.
On the outside.
Into Luffield. Not as heavy a braking zone as it
looks
looks.
like he wanted
defends. He's not going to get around the outside there.
Yeah.
Alpoda and Roger fighting. Andy Forrest looks at the inside of Alpoda. Is he going to back out just about? And so it goes. Is dropped back.
Alpoda's on the outside of Will J.
That's a cops.
Oh no, he's going to go for it. Round the outside.
Side by side. That's a brilliant move. He keeps
wow.
That is magnificent.
Just a minuscule amount of contact, but still relatively clean. Will J, another 3-second time penalty.
And
Julian is in the pits. And so it goes with the time penalty.
Is actually going to try and come back here. It'll put us a car wide.
Ooh, that's David, Norwegian boy.
Yeah. I don't know if he was close to the back of Don Hawks. He seemed to just maybe clip the grass.
I think he oh, that's down the inside is El Poder. That was a massive send. Norwegian boy fights it back though. Oh, virtual safety car. That's and so it goes.
Very fortunate timing for El Poder as well. Oh, and so it goes. He's out, and
he must have.
He seems to have crashed on the entrance to the pit lane.
Yeah, unusual place to crash, but
yeah. Unfortunate for him.
As Don Hawks goes back ahead of Yuri, must have accidentally overtaken him. He also gets a 3-second time penalty in the doing. At the same time,
very easy to get a drive through into the virtual safety car, especially at this track. Oh wow, they're all over the road. And Yuri's overtaken Don Hoxer, and there's a lot of penalties. Oh, and the leaders have crashed on Hoxer's round.
What?
Hoxer's been spun out, seemingly by Yuri, and he's left the session. I would seemingly be out of anger. Yuri appears to have spun him round. He got a penalty for contact. The virtual safety car is still out. I'll invite Don
ending soon, though.
I'll invite Don Hoxer back in case there was a lag out, but
because they seem to be going full speed at the moment. And it's done. Virtual safety car is in. LG Hazza leaves the session. So
Oh, is it Don Hoxer 123 or Don Hoxer? I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
one,
out.
two, three.
Yeah, release the rest then from Alberta. They're probably the two quickest cars on the field. Don Hoxer, I hope he rejoins, but it did seem like a spin out as Will J
Ooh,
and
Norwegian
Norwegian Boy
boy.
side by side through Stir.
Andy Forrest
And
not
Freud
far
3
off
is
this
waiting.
either.
Norwegian Boy pits, he must have got damage. A lot of penalties as well from that energy hazard rejoins. Which is good for him. I'm going to have a quick look at penalties.
Kristen
So
Pitts pitting.
Yuri and Alberta both got 5 seconds. Wheelchair's got 2 multiple warnings penalties. Norwegian Boy has 5. Person Pit has 5. Don Hoxer has 8, although he's not in the race anymore. And
He
then
actually just rejoined.
Andy for 3 for 1's not involved in the collisions, having a clean race so far.
Poder
He's
is
actually in
right
the
on the
lead
back
this
of
race.
Yuri. Through Aintree, he's gonna want to go for it into Brooklyn.
Hopefully they can do it a little
Down
bit
the
cleaner.
Wellington
The
straight.
field,
Ooh,
very
nearly
difficult
onto
to
the
get a move
grass.
just here around the
Around the
outside.
outside
Gives
though.
you the inside for
He makes
Luffield,
it
but
stick.
compromises your line. I
Inside
think
for
he's going to do it.
Luffield though,
Yuri
yeah.
backs out.
He's got the lead. Wow, that was a very good move.
Interesting. Yuri backed out really well.
I wonder if
Yuri's in
Yuri
the
has
I mode.
damage.
Yuri's in the I mode.
Oh, he is.
Nothing happening. He's out of it now, and Wheelchair's got a really good run on him into cops such as the grass. 4 cars a long way out in the lead now. And Andy Force 3 doesn't have to serve a penalty at the pit stops here, nor does Wheelchair, but he's got 9 seconds already, so it's looking good for the Brit at the minute. Torpedo now a second clear as well, and Will on the back of Yuri.
Oh, bit of contact.
That was way too late
Oh,
from Yuri,
even
and he
more.
spun him as well.
Oh,
Will
good
done
save
really
from
well
Will
to
J,
hold that.
though. Andy Forrest
Force
takes the
3 gets
position,
through.
though.
Yeah, Yuri is not... Oh,
Oh,
he misses the apex
sent by
completely
Will
at the
J.
middle chicane. Andy Force 3 gets a penalty as well.
Will J on Yuri.
Oh,
Yuri.
oh,
Oh, Yuri
that's-
drives him into a wall.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Oh, as
Oh,
Andy
that's
Forrest makes
massive.
contact. Big crash. Andy
Yuri
Forrest
just
gets through
drove him
somehow.
into Andy
Yeah,
Forrest.
that's ridiculous from Yuri.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think he has to be disqualified from this race. I don't know who makes those decisions, but
It's myself
he's
now,
taking
actually. I don't know what I'll do about it, but
your call.
there'll be something done about that for sure.
Definitely.
Um,
And again, he was on pole, and again, it's not worked out for him. He needs to keep his head now, though, if he's interested in winning this race, which you think he would be. He's got the pace to catch up to Andy Forrest at least, and potentially Alberta. There probably will be a safety car at some point. There's still 9 cars left in the race. He needs to just not mess about. Just put whatever happened behind him, whether he'll get a penalty or not, or even worse, we don't know. Just keep going. No one's been lapped yet, so unless Julian has, which he hasn't. So,
yeah, he hasn't.
so if there's a safety car, everyone will be back on the field. Andy Forrest at the minute is the only one who looks like a challenger Alberta. Of course, Alberta has to sell 5 seconds in the pit lane, so that could be interesting.
That is true. If I change it over to penalties on here, it's a lot of penalties.
So Alberta made a mistake. Interesting. Oh, he's completely lost it. Like a real lock up there as he slides through club. Maybe the pie's getting a little bit warm, and Yuri is absolutely flying.
What happened to Alberta?
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. I think he must have outbroken himself into
Oh,
the
is that
veil.
who you were
And
explaining?
then just lost the rear end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
I
lost a
thought
lot.
you were talking about Andy Forrest for some reason.
No. And Yuri has already caught up 5 seconds to the leader. So
Wow.
he's definitely got the pace. He
Andy
just needs...
Forrest has the slipstream. I think he's too far
does.
back, though.
Yeah, he needs to be careful sending it. Crashed out of last week's race, which is unfortunate for him. It's a bit more difficult to crash out here, high speed circuit, but the walls aren't as close.
Good to see NLG has a rejoining. Norwegian boy, I can't see. Oh, fastest lap.
In the pits.
Wow.
Yeah. No penalties for him either. I mean, if these battle at the front, he's not out of this race yet. Because he has pitted.
Poder is really struggling. I wonder if
He
he's
is.
screwed. I wonder if he's got
He's either got damage or
worn
he
out
hit a wall.
tires.
He must, well, he definitely slid through the final corner. Tire isn't really a problem, even if he's got a full wing, it would seem.
Oh,
Even if you
this
look
track
at
batters the front left.
Yeah, Andy Forrest, will he think about a move into stall? Looks down the inside, a risky move, Alberta.
Well, we're on
Use the
lap
space
6,
force
which
and
was
back it out.
around when soft runners were pitting in Torpedo League F2. However, these are very different tires to that, so you have to
Yeah, the
wonder.
soft tyres in F1 go about 10 to 12 laps, and then the mediums maybe 16 to 18. So you're
Mm-hmm.
just really looking somewhere in the middle of that.
Unless, yeah, because, well, again, the thing is, there's only one compound tire here, which makes it so different to Torpedo League F2 and Torpedo League F1, because F2 has two compounds, and, well, F1 has three.
It does,
Of
but
course, dry compounds, I mean. So,
yeah.
it's not I struggle with the medium tires, it's just I struggle with the tires, or the soft tires work fantastic,
Yeah.
it's just the tires work fantastic.
I think tire temperatures have a much greater impact in these cars as well. I don't know if it's on surface and carcass, but
It is on surface and carcass, as the Norwegian boy
we've
gets
already seen
past
a lot of
NLG
sliding.
Haza.
It's very easy. Oh, there's Andy Forsham right on the back as they go through cops. He's just biding his time. He is still in the net lead of this race because Alberta has 5 seconds. He's going to have to serve for us to be disqualified for not pitting, even if it wasn't his fault. I don't know whether you allow removal of penalties that are going to be served as an hour.
Ooh, Yori's gonna go for it, Andy Forrest, I mean. Andy Forrest down the inside, takes the lead. Ooh, Alpoder's sticking it out, though. Wow, Alpoder really likes those outside lines, but he's got the inside for the bail chicane.
Oh, just enough space left by Andy
But,
Forrest.
wow. That was close, but he made it work. It's Carson
And
Pitt
into
and
the lead
Don
of the rest
Hoxa.
goes Andy Forrest 3.
Ooh, that could easily end in...
Look at the
Oh,
time
Don
Yuri's
Hoxa
taking
drives
off.
into Carson Pitt.
Oh, well, Don Hoxa's back in the race, which is good to see, but...
Yeah. Andy Forrest being challenged by
Oh,
Alpoder,
it's
both nearly spin.
Yeah, contact. And Yuri's right on the back of them now. Oh, Yuri loses it though. And all the meanwhile, Norwegian boys closing in on the leaders, so don't rule him out of this race just yet.
Yuri has 11 seconds of time penalties now.
5 seconds, and oh, it's up the inside, goes Alberta. An ambitious
It's a time penalty
Forrest.
as well.
Yeah, it was
Andy Forrest
on the
is...
borderline between brave and a little bit stupid there, but no contact made. They'll both be confident they can win this race, Andy Forrest 3 and
Alpoder's turn to be right on the other guy's gearbox. 3 cops. Now 3 maggots and Beckett's.
Now you see the power of the slipstream in these cars, specifically in this track. Oh, that's a very late move. Into Chapel they go, and he's not got the best line. Side by side, Yuri watches. Andy Forrest keeps the position.
It in front. Julian and Don Hoxa. Don Hoxa's in the pit.
Take the inside this time, Alberta.
Ooh,
so
contact.
close, but keeping it as clean as they can do. Alberta takes the lead once more. Will Andy Forrest dive? Maybe he does go down the inside of the veil, and he's going to make that move.
Yuri's going to get involved too now. That's wrong button.
Yuri. Oh. I don't know whether he was ambitious there or just angry, but that wasn't
I hit the wrong button. And of course, I think had a legal overtake. Yeah. I don't know. I hit the wrong button and didn't see that properly. I'm really frustrated with myself now.
Yeah, I was on the TV podcast, so I didn't see. I just saw Yuri fly out of nowhere, so I never got his view. Yeah.
Yuri's just...
Don Hoxer and Yuri are going at it. Oh, it's
what's Yuri
ridiculous. And they've taken Andy Forrest out. That's disgraceful.
What the hell is going on?
There's no nice way of putting that. The lap car of Don Hoxer at the pits, Yuri deciding that he'd rather crash him out than take part in this race. Andy Forrest, was having an innocent drive that could. But the win in this race comes off worse. Alpoder's now 9 seconds clear. That's just not good
this
enough.
is just... No, this isn't... This is not okay.
And Yuri and Don Hoxer are close to each other again.
Julian's close to Carson Pitt, but...
I'm imagining that this isn't going to be taken cleanly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as I thought.
Reset to track from Yuri.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. That's just...
The only interesting thing is that Norwegian boy, I think, is in the net lead of the race.
Wow. No, Andy Forrest.
Yeah, the Norwegian boys
They have the
pitted.
same amount of penalty. Oh, yeah. That's interesting,
El Podo
actually.
now pits. I can get the speeding in the pit lane. The Norwegian boy is going to lead this race because it's a very long pit lane.
It's
These
true.
pit stop times are a little bit longer than normal F1 cars, I think.
Yori also pits.
Yep, hopefully this is to retire. But no, he is going to come in.
Bit savage, but
Yeah, I don't, what's the point
just
in
speak in your
commentating
mind, I
when-
guess.
Nah, I'm going to do that. Uh, I'm not allowed to swear, but I really want to.
Yeah,
Hot
same.
Set, is he going to move out of the way?
Not
Defense
really.
from Andy Forrest 3.
If
As long as there's
if a
no
lapped car
contact.
is genuinely getting in the way intentionally of a non-lapped car, of a lead car, then there
Yeah, we'll go
there
above
will be
Andy Forrest.
penalties.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of penalties. One of the few people who's driven a clean race here is El Podo. Interesting.
Ooh, Don
Don
Hoxha.
I don't think he deliberately broadcasted him there. They were just taking different speeds through tops.
Yeah, this is just.
It is. Today, Don Hoxha was all over the place, and Andy Forrest.
I suddenly understand why the
lesson.
previous admin is taking a break.
Yeah, out of the race. I'll definitely help you steward anything you need for this race, Adrian. Because
Yeah, thank you. I may need it.
in the
I'll
time,
probably
Norwegian boys
be sending a
15
lot of
seconds
stuff
clear,
to the
16
admin team,
seconds
though.
clear in the lead of the race. Well, not lead, Andy Forrest lead, of course.
Both of them pit. Andy Forrest and I think Andy Forrest is just sped in the pits.
Yeah, Don Hoxha definitely did. Andy Forrest did also. This is a very interesting because it doesn't look like it would be a 37 mile per hour speed limit, and it of course
Sector
is.
2 yellow, can you check who that is, please?
I can do that out of left field. It is Julian, who hasn't been there so far, unfortunately, but
Norwegian boy takes the lead of the race. Andy Forrest still in the pits.
yeah, serving a penalty.
Yeah.
We'll see, maybe.
No,
Actually,
I think
no,
he was
because he
replacing
got
his
in
front
there.
wing.
Yeah.
So
And
El
he's actually-
Poder is up into second. 14 seconds down on the Norwegian boy.
And Andy
However,
Forrest
it
is
wouldn't
right
surprise me if the
behind Don
Norwegian
Hoxha.
boy needs to pit again.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting because he came in like. Well, I'm going to see how old his tyres are. His tyres are 6 laps old, so he came in on lap 5.
He's not bringing those.
21 laps on a set of tyres, locking up as much as he does.
I find that very unlikely.
Tyre wear isn't massive here, but even still, that's a long way to go on tyres.
Yeah, especially with the front
Especially
left.
when he's locking up into corners that really, I don't know. If you're watching this, David, you know you don't have to brake 100% every time.
Huh.
'Cause that just
He
seems
didn't
to-
break 100% that time.
95. I don't know. I use no
Perhaps
ABS
gets
also, and I'm not
penalty
saying I'm
for ignoring
perfect,
blue
but
flags. Yeah, that will remain. I'm not getting rid of penalties like that.
yeah.
I mean,
Will J
it's
up to
just-
third. Oh, Don Hoxha takes Will J and Andy Forrest is hit as well. Well, I don't know whether he did that on purpose, but Don Hoxha brake checks Will J. Andy Forrest can't do anything about it, and once more, some unfair driving is on display as Yuri's been disqualified. Oh, he's waiting up to take someone out. I think it's the latter.
Yeah, he's not disqualified. Let's just pray that he's
No.
not taking someone out.
I'd quite like him to be, no offence. Fortunately, Don Hoxha has not done himself much better this race, as now Don Hoxha and Yuri on track for about the 15th time this race. Once a lap down,
Oh,
once
you
somehow
know
still in
what?
podium position. And the question is, at which part of the track is he going to...
Oh!
Oh, it's a big brake check. That part of the track.
So, you
Really
know
caught
what?
him out there. Unique ability, just...
Virtual
this
safety
is a
car.
more interesting. Yeah, I mean...
So,
I'm
what I've just
down in
figured
sixth.
out is that when I've said before that I've seen Yori in a different league, turns out there's more people with the username Yori than I thought.
Yeah.
This is very different Yuri. That Yuri was clean and not this.
Definitely. I mean, I know because
He was
MNT
really
Yuri
good
is
under
very
pressure, which,
dangerous.
yeah. But that's not the point.
Uh,
That's an entirely different league, not even
I think,
Torpedo League, so.
yeah. Yuri PSV, although I think he's
Yes,
MNT
that's him.
Yuri just with his
Yuri
PSV
PSV,
changed.
that's who I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that's
I
the
think
same person?
yeah, I think Yuri PSV changed his PSN to MNT Yuri.
I'll have to check that after the race.
Yuri Pitts, hopefully
Because
to retire.
Yuri PSV, one that I'm thinking of, would not
Norwegian
have
boy
done.
Pitts as well. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
so he wasn't going to make it to the end of the race.
yeah, guess he figured that out. El Poder takes the lead then.
Andy Forrest.
Oh,
Is
that's
in
a double
third.
stack between NLG, between Yuri and Don Hoxa.
Oh, Alberto's got a drive through. Oh, whilst we've been talking about this, so's Kirsten Pit.
El Poder's
Oh,
got
I'm
a
sorry.
drive-through?
Yeah, Alberto's got a drive-through penalty, presumably for speeding under the virtual safety car.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
so
so
sorry
does
to the
Kirsten
stream.
Pitt.
The few people that are taking this race seriously, Alberto and Norwegian boy in a good that. Alberto now gets a drive-through, which is going to cost you 25 seconds around this circuit. There's a yellow flag coming out of start. It's Julian again,
Oh, yeah.
who, if he kept it clean this race, could well be running in a podium position.
Yeah.
Andy Forrest now does have those yellow flags all over the track.
El Poder pits. He'll be serving his drive-through. I wonder if the Norwegian boy perhaps had a drive-through. No, he did pit for new tires.
Yeah, thought so. Be interesting now because I would think on raw pace, Alpoda is a little bit quicker. He's
I
gonna
would agree.
lose the lead
Who's
in the race.
off down at the loop? Don Hoxa.
Soon, yeah.
Training for next week on a short track.
Yes, Don Hoxa is waiting up for someone. Where's Yuri? Oh, they're at it again on this straight. Don Hoxa's gonna turn across him. Someone taking the rest seriously. Oh, he missed him! Good reaction from Yuri there.
Yeah, apparently
this
Don Hoxa isn't
constant
worth
move.
Yuri's time.
No. Now we'll probably wait up another lap and try and take him out.
Yeah.
In truth, I hope that they both lose their wheels and we get a safety car. Because as much as...
Safety car, but I don't know, but just in general, it'd be nice to have the two, like, taking people out, you know, not here.
Interesting how Alberto rejoined behind Wheelchair and then of course Wheelchair's got 23
Yuri's on the back
seconds worth of
person
penalties.
pit.
Do it cleanly, please, Yuri.
Gonna go for it. Nope.
Oh no, he turns across him. Well, he faced himself with a dilemma. Do I make a really nice move and show my pace around the outside of this? At the moment, clean drive it? No, I'll turn across him and push him onto the grass because I'm just that big.
Carson Pitt's just letting him through at this point. Although he accidentally let Julian through as well.
Alberto gets past Wheelchair.
Yuri's off. Oh, Yuri's gonna go for Julian next, isn't he?
Julian just
Oh
about
no,
makes
he's
his way
off. He's gone off.
No, he's waiting for Don Hoxer, of course, who's made his way back to the pit lane.
I guess I'll speed up and try and have a go at Carson Pitt and Julian again then.
Then the battle for the lead. At the minute, it looks like this podium's going to finish as these three drivers. Not sure which order yet, but Will J, the only one within 30 seconds of the podium places. He's got nearly 30 seconds worth of penalties left. Yuri has actually accelerated his way to the midpoint of the lap. Oh, there's a big
Yuri's
one.
out. He's taking someone with him.
The leader. He tried to take out the leader of Norwegian board. Please, can that be a safety car? Thank God. Yuri is out of this race. Now there's no need to disqualify him, and there is a safety car.
Andy Forrest nearly got by the Norwegian boy, but the Norwegian boy surely has damage from that.
Yeah, I don't know. He actually, yeah, he has.
Does.
He's got any damage,
Oh.
which is so sad. I don't really understand the point of Yuri being in this race if he's just going to be a massive...
Well, Jake, if you'd like to look at the regional chats, you'll understand what's going on
Yeah,
in a
I'm going
second.
to. I don't usually check my phones during races, but
But you've got a good chance to, and I suggest you do, because...
I just keep an eye on who's pitting 4 cars into the pit. Here is that. That is the Norwegian boy, Andy Forrest, Elpoda, and Will J, all going to change into a fresh set of tyres and serve the penalty. As you have removed Yuri, and I think with good reason.
He's done.
Mm-hmm.
He's just done. That's period. He's done. No more Yuri.
It's both a shame and
Would you mind
not
inviting
a shame.
Andy first? Because he requested that I send him an extra invite in case he
I
disconnects.
usually send him about 50 for every Libris, and he does the same because that's what friends do, but no bias. I'll send him a couple. Actually in a good position to win this race now because he'll have served 5 seconds in the pits. And I believe he'll be on the same amount of penalties as Norwegian. Norwegian boy's got 11 seconds. Although he'll probably want some of those removed. Potter's got 3. And then it's Andy Forrest third, Will J with 18 in fourth. He might maybe want to come into the pits a couple more times under the safety car because Don Hawks does actually... Who's the furthest car around? It's Kirsten Pitt, who's still easily half a lap and about 45 seconds off the safety car. So it's going to be out for at least 1 more lap, probably 2. So the guys with penalties might want to come in and just serve them to ease the pressure, even though they'll have to overtake cars. As long as you can keep it clean, that's not going to be too big a problem. Julian is going to be back within the top 6 and within 6 seconds.
Elfoda overtook the Norwegian boy.
Yeah, I believe that might have been in the pits, or because
No.
Norwegian boy will have changed his wing.
No, the Norwegian boy was ahead.
Yeah, before the safety. Oh, was it actually on track?
Yeah.
I don't know, certainly coming into the pit lane,
Intriguing.
Norwegian boy would have been ahead, and Elpoda would have been second, so maybe Elpoda. Ooh, I don't know whether he brake checked him, but Norwegian boy's out.
Boy.
Well, not out. Elpoda seen a brake check in, maybe just warming up the brakes. I don't know, it's difficult to say. It has been such a messy race. Don Hawks pits, Norwegian boy has to pit, and we're going in a really strong position in this race. He doesn't. Andy Forrest has got 5 seconds somewhere, which isn't good, and it's going to be up for at least another 2 laps as well. Not all that sensible from Elpoda, because even if it wasn't on purpose, he's not going to get that penalty removed, in my opinion, because he did brake in the middle of a straight. Which has given him a 5-second penalty. Andy Forrest, who's shown he's got some decent pace in this race, is only 3 seconds behind in penalties, and obviously right behind in the race. Will J, all the penalties, but still NLG Hazard, who's had quite a quiet race, along with Julian and I suppose Kirsten Pitt, despite being taken out. They've been 4th and 5th. NLG Hazard's in a very good position with just 3 seconds worth of penalties. But he has disconnected, which is not good.
Sorry, who's disconnected?
NLG Hazard, which
oh yeah, he has been for a while. We should have invited him back earlier. Julian is in AI mode.
Wait, is it NGL or NLG Hazard?
NLG.
Okay. I'm glad that my account is not the one streaming, although that's why you have the blue screen, I suppose, because that is not an appropriate PSN.
And Don Hawks is trying to unlap himself.
Wait, was it NLG underscore or?
Yep.
And then capital H, I suppose.
Elpoda nearly overtakes the safety car around the outside. Or to say it with David Croft's enthusiasm, and he nearly goes round the outside of the safety car, which is in this lap.
And I have just about managed to invite NRG Hazard.
That's good. I hope they'll be back in soon.
Dogs are getting out
this
there.
is
I'm
a bit
reversing. You're not
slow.
allowed to do that. You're lucky not to be disqualified. Look how slow Alparda. This is worse than Yuri
This
last
is a-
week. Jeez, this is a slow
It was
restart.
under 30 kilometers per hour for a moment.
And everyone's tyres are going to be absolutely freezing. Amazingly, very few people are making contact behind this, but this is disgusting. I think he's going to go early.
He does?
He does.
No, you can't do that. He
No,
just slowed down.
You can't do that. Andy Forrest gets another
that could
penalty.
actually be penalised. Well,
Yeah.
I won't.
I don't know. I don't think he went full throttle at
He
any
did.
point.
He most certainly did.
Did he?
Yeah.
At which point that is illegal then. You
Yeah.
can't mark cars. As now he does go finally.
Oh!
Oh, and then brakes. That's not an illegal overtake, Andy.
Oh!
Oh,
God. Will
that's
J
well
has
in
the
lead
lead
of the
now,
race.
though.
Alparda needs a penalty there because that was dangerous, really dangerous.
That was very dangerous, yeah.
Unfortunately, once again, Sam comes off worse, which is awful to see.
bit of
Alparda
contact.
making contact with Will, and he's gone off and lost it quite badly.
Oh, he's
Andy
gonna
has
squeeze a
try and
bunch of
help
people
him.
as that's Julian. Carson Pitt goes around on his own and hits Don
Oh,
Hoxha.
contact between the disconnected car and Julian, and he's going to swing
Ooh.
across the track. Carson Pitt, thankfully, is too far back, and Don Hoxha spun. Will now leads the race from Andy Forrest 3 in seconds. Alparda 1.2 seconds back with a lot less penalties, but with penalties coming his way for sure for that dangerous safety car restart. And Norwegian boy is back up to 4th.
Don Hoxha spinning around on the Wellington Straight.
Indeed. As Andy Forrest 3 is seen to
And
have
what
a
is
pace
Carson
advantage
Pitt
over
doing?
Roger
Goes
this race.
quite tight through Woodcote, even hits the barrier.
He does. Andy Forrest taking a bit of a compromised line through there. I'll put her right on the back of him. Please keep this sensible, Alparda. Don't do anything
And
silly.
Andy Forrest, everyone's been
Yeah,
quite,
I suppose what I thought, and I meant Alparda was right on the back of Andy Forrest.
yeah.
I just want to see a clean move for once.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't that be nice? A clean move.
Carson Pitt has got 31 seconds worth of penalties somehow. That's not good.
31 seconds, Jesus, yeah.
And I'm thinking Alparda might have a little go into Village. Look to the inside, that's a great move. You can pull it off.
Ooh,
Andy
switch
Forrest
back
is
for
gonna
Andy
switch
Forrest,
back.
though.
And now they're going to go side by side
Quite managed.
through the loop towards entry.
Disqualification
Disqualification
for
that's a great
Carson
move.
Pitt.
Yeah, that's a shame for him, but he had so many penalties.
I think he sped in the pit lane.
Now they're going to go into Brooklyn's. Oh, it's Andy Forrest having to back out. Will just still leads this race. Alparda. It's another 5 seconds from somewhere, so he must have made contact soon as Norwegian boy's right with them as well. On the back of
NLG
Andy
Hasl's
Forrest.
in the net lead.
He is, but he's a disconnected car, so.
I just find that so funny, because that's my terrible sense of humor.
Flashbacks to the 2018 race here, we had 4 cars, 2 Mercedes and 2 Ferraris, battling it out for the lead of the race. And at the minute, Alparda is the closest, the one looking to make a move on Wiljet towards, so not going to be close enough here. But top out in 7th gear again at 192 miles an hour, braking so much later. We might even have a little look round the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact, but that's a brilliant move nonetheless. Nothing
Will
Wiljet
J
could do.
down the
He sends it
inside,
up the
contact.
inside. Alparda seemed to turn very early there. And the lead of the race is kept for Will J, though he did get a penalty.
I wonder if he might get another for... Oh, Alparda brake checks Andy Forrest.
Was that a brake check? It seemed like he just changed out gear. Was that contact? Oh, it was up the inside, goes Alparda on Will J. I'm not sure whether that
Both of
was a
them off
deliberate
to Will J
takeout.
comes back
Oh,
on
Will
a bit
J's gonna push
dangerously.
him out as they go right.
Andy
Andy
Forrest,
Forrest
Alparda, oh!
Oh no!
Safety car.
Alparda swooping back across the track. Andy Forrest 3 getting a big whack. And again, it's not for the right reason.
NLG has back into the net leads recently. Oh, Alparda and Andy Forrest.
Yeah, I thought it might have
I'm
happened. I
so
thought it was going to get
disappointed with what I've
disqualified.
been seeing today.
Yeah, I believe we will, or you, I probably will help you. We need to take some action to stop this from
Yeah.
happening. Will Jay leads the race? He got so many penalties. Norwegian boy, I think, is in the best position now.
I mean, technically NLG Hazza is, but yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Apart from the disconnected car, I'd love to see NLG Hazza get back into the lobby in this position and just be like, oh, okay.
I suppose if he's been at the lobby in some point, which he must have been to get the penalty, then he has technically
Oh, El
contributed to
Poder
it.
and Will J. That's not Will J, that's Don Hoxa. Of
Yeah,
course. Don
more
Hoxa, who
contact.
does not have a front wing.
Yeah,
And is...
oh, look at that, he's in more contact on Hoxer and Alcoa. I mean, just stop.
This is a
This is
league,
just,
not an open lobby, guys. Come
you know,
on.
it's...
Gee, Don Hoxa's disqualified, that's nice. El Poder's disqualified,
Alcoa's
that's...
disqualified.
We have 5 people remaining in the race.
Yeah.
All on the same
Thankfully,
lap.
I would have to say that these are the 5 cleanest people who've raced today. Maybe, and so it goes.
Thankfully,
He's been
yeah.
fairly clean as well.
Well, yeah, and so it goes was out pretty quickly though.
Obviously.
And so it goes is very clean though, so...
It is very clean.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't
So-
just count one mistake, mistakeful collision as dirty. I mean, I had a collision with a guy named Fletcher in Torpedo League F2 on Friday, and you know, at the time I thought it was his fault, but looking back, like, it definitely was more my fault than his.
Yeah,
And you know, like, I take full responsibility for that. It was just a mistake. Doesn't mean I'm dirty. As the Norwegian
No.
boy is in AI mode. NLG Hazza is not in the lobby. Nice. So we've got 2 AIs out in front, although to be fair, the Norwegian boy won't be AI the entire time. Also, hello to Max in the comments.
How many
Max
viewers are
Cahan.
stuck with us throughout this? Is that Max Mulder?
No, some other guy.
Max
We have
Cahan.
6 viewers. Max Cahan.
Amazing that we've carried that. We've got more viewers than drivers, which is always a good sign, but...
Not exactly, but...
I sat before this race watching Formula Euro League, some of the quickest guys ever. The standard of driving is incredible, and whilst there's been some very quick drivers out there today, there was a total of 2 penalties in the entirety of that race.
Wow.
I think there's not been a lap where we've seen less than 2 penalties today, which is, you know,
So
unfortunate.
I'd say Will J's the next guy is going to get disqualified.
Yes,
Assuming
I
he
think
does.
A lot of Will
because
J's penalties
29
though, have
seconds.
actually been corner cutting. Obviously, he's been on the receiving end of some just awful driving as well. I mean, it's difficult to see from that. Oh, how many seconds has he got? 29. So that would infer he's got how many 5 seconds? Probably only 1 5-second in that.
I mean, I'll check race director.
Yeah, but I just...
Will J. Oh my god. That's insane.
Yuri Messers left the session finally and left the league as well.
Didn't
All of these
leave.
guys.
Didn't exactly
Yeah.
leave,
No.
but
No, he didn't.
he's done. He's done here
Thing
for
is,
sure.
all of these guys, and this is to anyone drivers who are watching the stream, if a lot of you want to get to F2, if you're going to take people out, even if they've done it to you, and you know, sweep across people and break test people for no reason and go for stupid dive bombs, I'm not going to accept you. The fact that David has been probably the cleanest driver today. The Norwegian boy
actually
David.
kind of sad, given he's
yeah.
nearing a race ban in CWR2, isn't he?
He's the one that they're going to trust to reserve in F2. It's, you know,
He's the guy who reversed into the racing line in the middle of a race yesterday, on Friday.
yeah.
On the first lap when everyone was going by. That was scary to watch.
He's
But-
the guy who's amassed 14 penalty points in 3 rounds in CWR1, but yeah, he's been clean today somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
Because whilst
he does
he's a
some...
messy driver, but he's not a dirty driver.
Yeah,
I mean, let's say it.
let's just put it this way. If you have more penalty points than the Norwegian boy does in CWR2, there's an issue. And a lot of these guys probably do. Ooh, safety car in this lap. So all 5 drivers are on the same lap.
And now hopefully we can see a somewhat competent safety car restart. Since you mentioned it, the first EWR2 race to be streamed in a long time is going to be on Thursday, as double champion Charlie commentates, which should be good.
Yeah, should be good. He doesn't like the 2020 F2 cars, so...
But there is still a very exciting championship battle going on in that. And look at this, they're going 70 miles an hour. It's a reasonable restart. David Uehara.
That's not right in regional. We can't have actual proper restarts.
Oh, as Will J and Andy Forrest 3 make contact.
Oh boy.
And he goes at a somewhat reasonable time as well. And so Norwegian Boy leads. The AI won.
Ooh, round the outside goes Will J.
Bravery needed, and Andy Forrest needs to get their move done into Village. He does so.
And LG Haza isn't in the session, so it shouldn't be too hard for Julian to get him either. Norwegian Boy
gonna accelerate,
leads.
Julian?
Oh, Julian's friend, isn't he?
I'm really not sure what happened there. He just didn't accelerate out of the corner. I think realistically now, it's just best because Will J's got so many penalties that were seemingly just corner cutting penalties. He's not really a factor in this race anymore. It's between Norwegian Boy and Andy Forrest, although they say that Andy Forrest gets another 3-second time penalty, which could cost him. Although,
and NLG Haza. Although, given he's been an AI for basically the entire race, I think he won't be counted.
If there's another safety car, NLG Haza is going to win this race. Because the AI is 41, I think. And, they you know...
Kind of bothers me that it doesn't automatically be 40, but, you know. That's Codemasters for you, just killing my head.
Yeah, it makes little sense. Although I would think like 40 AI is medium AI. They really do like to be kind to people who can't drive on this game. But
I mean, you can go from 0 to 110, so it's a good game. It's got lots of glitches, but it really is a good game.
It is. Andy Forrest 3 needs to keep this clean behind Will J now, because he's always going to send it there. A little bit of contact. I don't think there was any malicious intent in that.
It's a good try. Didn't quite work out though.
A little bit of oversteer on the exit as they roar towards Luffield. Energy has us a long way off now. Julian, I don't think he's going to be able to clear. He might be able to pass Energy Hazard, but not probably.
So is it Brooklands then Luffield, or is it Luffield then Brooklands?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you actually look on the right hand side of the run towards Brooklands, there's actually a sign that says the corner name. Which is interesting.
Cool.
But, I'm not entirely sure about that.
Around the outside? No. Okay. That was a good camera angle to make it look like he was going for a move, but it wasn't actually. Yeah. So if I go to the gap to the leader, there we go. NLG Hasa is in the net lead. Nope, never mind. The Norwegian boy is genuinely leading now.
And I think you'd have to say he deserves it. I mean, a lot of people could state the argument. Andy Forrest 3 has probably been the most unlucky with getting taken out, but Will J also tremendously unlucky, and I suppose Norwegian Boy has been as well. And those are just the cars that have finished the race, or are at the moment still in it. They will all be classified at this point, so if they finish they'll score points.
Yep. But it looks like the Norwegian boy is on track to become our first 3-time winner.
Yeah, and that shows what sort of keeping it clean can do. Andy Forrest 3 needs to take very little risk against Will J. Will want to finish ahead on track on the off chance that Will J has a lot of penalties he's going to get removed, which could of course be the case. He could well have 4 penalties for collisions and only have 9 seconds, which would then be the same as Andy Forrest 3, were all penalties to be removed. Julian gets past NRG Hazard's AI and is now on a mission to try and clear 9 seconds. As Norwegian Boy gets a penalty, so he's in the same ballpark now as Andy Forrest 3.
Yeah, but he's got a good 3-second gap to him.
Yeah, he is. And will Andy Forrest just struggles on the exit through Chapel onto I believe this is the hangar strip. So they now go towards Cops. He's going to send it. Little risk goes on the inside lid on the brakes. There's contact.
Ooh,
Andy
Andy Forrest
Forrest
is
onto the
round.
grass.
Goes all the way around.
It's a risk I don't blame him for taking, but one that he probably should have thought better of. He
Yeah.
is likely still going to get a podium in this race. Oh, was
maybe
Julian as
not.
he loses it with the one tires.
He needs to overtake Julian and then get 2 seconds on him. But this basically confirms that the Norwegian boy will win the race, most likely.
Absolutely.
But you gotta give it to Julian. 12 seconds of time penalties, that's the best of the non-AI runners.
He's had a relatively quiet race, although a lot of these guys who have penalties have just been subject to being taken out by the word I'm not allowed to say, people who are out of this race.
Yeah.
Will J dropping back from Norwegian boy. I don't think there's going to be many more battles. Maybe Andy Forrest can catch Julian, but it seems unlikely at this point. Norwegian boy looks as Sean has done really since he took the lead of this race on the final stint on the hangar straight. Already weaving.
Yeah.
He knows he's done enough. Doesn't want to get too cocky and end up getting it through the final part.
Yeah, I think that was a bit early to be weaving.
Yeah.
But you can call out the winner.
He does. And he's going to round the final corner, and Norwegian boy gets his third win of the season. He wins the British Grand Prix. The one guy who managed to get the least amount of penalties, the least amount of incidents in this race. Will J comes on second. He might actually keep that second place, or is Julian going to get it? There's going to be a small gap between Julian and Andy Forrest. The last car across the line, I think Julian gets second. Andy Forrest
Gets third.
Andy Forrest gets third. Interesting. Driver of the day is Will J. He was actually last of the driving finishes. That was another race that I've nearly lost my voice in, but
yeah.
In many ways, some brilliant battles. In many other ways, what a mess.
Yeah, that was a complete mess. There's no other way of putting it. But of course, congratulations to our winner, the Norwegian boy. Congratulations to our second and third place finishers, Andy Forrest and Julian Arvega, and I will run us through the finishing order. So the Norwegian boy takes his third race win of the season, followed by Andy Forrest in second, who had more penalties than Julian. I think that must be a glitch then.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. But Julian takes P3. Fourth is Will J. Fifth is NLG Haza. And of the DNF cars, we've got Yori, who has actually been banned from the league. Followed by Ansokos, El Poder F1, Curson Pitt, and Don Hoxa.
I mean, I hope the drivers who are clean and want to race in this league as a league return next week and give us some more exciting racing, because the racing is very, very good when it's clean. Unfortunately, it's not clean enough of the time in this league. There's a lot of potential there. I might try and help find some new drivers so we can have a slightly more full grid. Just to...
Yeah. But thank you to everyone who's stayed and raced. Thank you to everyone who watched. And, yeah, next week we will be going to Silverstone Short. Britain Short for the English Grand Prix.
100% race as well, won't it? So
yeah, it will be, but that's just to make it a reasonable amount of laps for the distance.
So that'd be a 52 lap race, I believe. So
yep, it would have stayed on 26 had we not set it up to be 100%, because glitches are fun. Or, well, not glitches, but Codemasters. But yeah.
Yeah, that should be a good race, hopefully. People are a bit cleaner next week, although that is bound to create a lot of contact in all three divisions of Torpedo League.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see. But yeah, we'll see you all next time.
Can I just
For
say one thing before I go?
yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
If you're watching Jeroen Muller, who's a driver in Torpedo League, stop sweating Monaco time trial. Like, you're like 100th in the world now. And you're my friends list. Just come on. I wanted to win that race, because I like Monaco, but that's not going to happen for me. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right then. All right. Thank you
Okay.
everyone who watched. Good morning, good day, good night, good evening, whatever. Uh,
10 o'clock in
yeah, we'll see y'all later, and thank you everyone who watched.